You know how sometimes you just need a little extra screen space, especially when you're not at your desk? Well, portable monitors are the answer. And in today's video, we're looking into the top 5 best portable monitors you can get your hands on right now. From budget-friendly to the absolute best, we've got a portable display for every need. Let's head right in. First, we have the AOC 16T3EA, a nice budget monitor that definitely has its strengths. Think of it as a really handy extra screen when you're out and about. It's got a nice and clear 15.6-inch Full HD display with a 1920 by 1080p resolution that uses IPS tech, which is generally pretty good for viewing angles. And the design? Super slim and light. I mean, it's only 14mm thick and weighs less than a kilogram, even with those clever built-in kickstands. Those kickstands, by the way, let you prop it up in either landscape or portrait mode, which is pretty neat. Here's what's also cool. It just needs one USB-C cable to connect to your laptop, whether you're on Windows or Mac. Just plug it in and you're good to go. Now, here's the thing. Because it's focused on simplicity, that single USB-C port is all you get. So, no extra ports, not even for headphones. Something to keep in mind. Also, when it comes to how bright the screen gets, it's only got 250 nits, which isn't the absolute brightest out there. And if you're doing serious photo or video editing where color accuracy is absolutely critical, this might not be your best bet. With 56% sRGB, 41% Adobe RGB, and 41% DCI-P3, its color coverage isn't the widest. But for anyone who just needs a portable second screen to boost their productivity on the go, something that's easy to carry around and simple to set up, this AOC definitely has a lot going for it. At number 4, we've got something a little different, the Maxfree S6 Triple Laptop Screen Extender. Now, this isn't just one extra screen, it's two. Think about that for a second. This is really geared towards those of you who juggle a lot of tasks, especially if you're in the business world. Setting it up is pretty straightforward. It basically unfolds and sits behind your laptop screen. You get two 15.6-inch screens, both with a standard Full HD resolution. They're using IPS panels, so the viewing angles should be decent. You're looking at a standard 16:9 aspect ratio and a 60 Hz refresh rate, which is pretty typical for this kind of display. The contrast ratio and brightness are okay, but at 300 nits, not mind-blowing, and the color range just suffices for everyday tasks. But here's what's really interesting, the flexibility. Each of these screens works independently. What I mean is, you can have one in landscape and the other in portrait, or just use one if you want. That kind of flexibility can be a real game changer for some workflows. Now, because you're essentially running two separate displays, each one needs its own power. So you'll need to make sure your laptop has enough ports, or you might need to grab a USB hub. Also, because it's got two full-size screens, it's definitely not the most compact option out there. It's portable, sure, but it's on the bulkier side and it's a bit heavier. Using the case it comes with is probably a good idea, rather than just trying to shove it into your laptop bag. So, while you can take it on the go, it feels more at home in an office or home office setup. And just so you know, you've got to pay big for that extra screen space. But for what it's designed to do, it can truly be a game changer for workflows. Next, we have the Innocn 15A1F. It's light, it's compact, and that 15.6-inch screen with a Full HD resolution really hits the sweet spot for portability and usability. But here's the real kicker. This one boasts an OLED display. Think about what that means for a second. You're getting incredibly deep blacks and super vibrant, saturated colors in a portable monitor. Sure, it's not the only portable monitor out there with an OLED screen, but it's definitely a standout option, especially if you're looking for that crisp and bright picture without breaking the bank. Connectivity-wise, you've got a good selection. It comes with two USB-C ports, one of which can deliver 45 watt of power and an HDMI 1.4 port. That gives you plenty of flexibility to hook it up to your laptop or even a gaming console. Yet, if you're a serious gamer looking for super high refresh rates, the 60 Hz here might feel a little limiting. But remember, it's still a portable option. When you're using it, especially on a Windows machine, you'll notice how punchy the desktop looks. Those inky blacks really pop out, and the colors are just incredibly rich. The main thing some people might find a bit annoying, however, is that the screen has a glossy finish, which means it can be a bit reflective in bright environments. In terms of brightness, it's rated at 400 nits, and from what people are saying, it actually hits that mark. That's impressive, but it's still not quite bright enough for true HDR output. However, when it comes to color, this display has got about near-perfect coverage of the standard sRGB color space, excellent Adobe RGB coverage, and full coverage of the DCI P3 color space. So if you're a designer or someone who works with color where accuracy is important and you're okay with the screen size, this could be a fantastic choice for you. At number 2, we've got a real powerhouse, the Asus ROG Strix XG17 AHP. Now, if you hear ROG and Asus together, you kind of expect something special, right? This portable monitor definitely lives up to that reputation, especially if you're into gaming on the go. Here's the thing, this monitor is seriously fast. We're talking about a super quick 3ms response time and a blazing fast 240Hz refresh rate. For gamers, that translates to incredibly smooth and fluid gameplay without screen tearing. It really makes a difference. What's even better is that it's got its own built-in battery. That's a huge plus because you don't have to drain your laptop battery just to enjoy some gaming. Asus says you can get around 3 hours of juice out of it, which is plenty for a good gaming session or two. Now, when it comes to how the screen actually looks, it's solid but maybe not quite as mind-blowing as the speed. The full HD resolution is good, and the color range covers the standard sRGB space well enough. Some might still wish it were a tad brighter, but it's definitely not bad. And here's a bonus. It's certified to reduce blue light and eliminate flicker, which is great for your eyes during those longer gaming sessions. Another cool feature is the included foldable tripod stand, which lets you prop the monitor up in both horizontal and vertical orientations. It can be a little bit wobbly sometimes, so you might need a steady hand when you're setting it up. But taking it around with you is no problem because it comes with a nice carrying case. So if you're a serious gamer and are always on the move, the Asus ROG Strix XG17 AHP is definitely worth considering. Its speed alone might just spoil you for other portable monitors. And finally, we've reached our number 1 pick, the absolute best in the business when it comes to portable monitors, the Asus ZenScreen MB16AHG. This one really doesn't try to hide its top-tier status. First off, it weighs just a bit over 2 pounds. That's light enough that it's not a burden, but it also feels really well built and solid. The screen is not a fancy 4K display, but honestly, the Full HD 1080p resolution is super sharp and clear for pretty much anything you're going to be doing. And here's where it gets really good. It's got a speedy 3 millisecond response time and a 144Hz refresh rate. What that means for you is super smooth visuals without any annoying lag or screen tearing. Plus, if you're a gamer, this thing is even compatible with FreeSync technology, so you can get in some gaming without any glitches. They've also thought about audio. It's got built-in speakers, and if you prefer, there's a headphone jack too. Connecting it to your devices is also a breeze thanks to the USB-C and mini HDMI ports. And you're going to appreciate the stand. It folds out really easily, so you can adjust the tilt and switch between landscape and portrait mode. The cool part is, it automatically detects the orientation, so you don't have to mess with any settings. For even more flexibility, there's a threaded socket on the back, so you could even mount it on a tripod if you wanted. Moreover, it has the TÜV Rheinland certification for low blue light and flicker-free viewing, which is always a plus for your eyes. Now, it's definitely not the cheapest portable monitor out there. But if you're looking for something that really does it all and does it well, the Asus ZenScreen MB16AHG is definitely the way to go. Thanks for sticking around. For more content like this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button on the channel. Click the bell icon too, so you'll get notified every time we drop a new video at FlexiViews.